students, how are you? Welcome to my class again. Now here we are learning matrix. In last lecture we have seen definition of matrix, types of matrices, algebra of matrices and elementary transformations. Again in elementary transformation we have seen row transformations and column transformations. Now here in this lecture we are going to discuss inverse of matrix. First we will see the definition. For any square matrix A of order M, there exists a matrix B of same order such that their multiplication is commutative and is equal to I. Okay, then this B is called as inverse of A. Then we will denote inverse of A like this, and at the same time we can also say that A is the inverse of B. A is the inverse of B. Now to make it more clear, come to a regular general multiplication. Now if we multiply to any number by 1, we get same number. Okay, if we multiply to any number by 1, we get same number. It means in our regular multiplication, this 1 is the identity. This 1 is the identity. Then what is that number? What is that number if we multiply to any number? We get identity, that is 1. If we solve this, we get b equals to 1 by 7. It means if we multiply 7 into 1 by 7 or 1 by 7 into 7, we get identity. Therefore, this 1 by 7 is reciprocal of this 7. At the same time, this 7 is reciprocal of this 1 by 7. Okay, same case is here. If multiplication of AB equals to I or multiplication of BA equals to I, means B is inverse of A and A is inverse of B. Okay. Okay. Then there are two conditions to have any matrix inverse. So first we have seen that A and B should be of equal order and they should square matrices. Now one more thing is that their determinant should not be 0. Means if we want to find inverse of A, the determinant of A should not be 0. That is, A should be a non-singular matrix. A should be a non-singular matrix. Okay. So if the determinant of A is 0, then no inverse exists. Okay, the inverse of A does not exist here if it is a singular matrix. So what is the condition? Determinant of A should not be 0. Okay, it should be always a non-zero. Okay, now we have seen that if A is a non-singular matrix, then definitely A inverse exists. Then if A inverse exists, this A inverse is always unique. Means any matrix, any non-singular matrix will not possess two inverses. Now we will see the methods of finding inverse of any non-singular matrix. Okay, so there are two methods. One is elementary, using elementary transformations, and there are also two, we know that, row transformations and column transformations. And second is adjoint method. Okay, so first we will discuss elementary transformations. Now suppose we have to find the inverse of this matrix A. Then for elementary transformations method, first step is we have to consider the relation like this, because we know that matrix into its inverse is always identity, means multiplication of matrix and its inverse is identity. Now in this equation we will put the values of A and I. So A, B, C, E, F, G, I, J, K. A inverse we have to find, so write down. I is the identity matrix of order. What is the order of A? So what is order of A? 3 by 3. So we will take here also identity of order 3 by 3. If A is of 2 by 2, then we will take the identity of order 2 by 2. Now to find the inverse with the help of this method, we have to convert this A into an identity matrix using row or column transformations, and same transformations we will apply on this identity matrix. So in last step, what will happen? This matrix, this our A, will convert into an identity matrix, and automatically whatever the matrix will be there, that is your A inverse. Understood? Now we will separately see what to do when row transformations are applying or when column transformations are applying on this A to get an identity matrix. Okay? So first we will discuss row elementary transformation. Suppose we have a matrix A, non-singular of course. We have a non-singular matrix. Okay, of order 3 by 3. Okay, so if we are applying row transformations, then we have to go column by column. Then we have to go column by column. Means we will bring first here 1, then 0 here, then 0 here. For second column we will bring first 1 and then 0 and then 0. In third column we will bring 1 here first and then 0 and then 0. If we are doing row transformations, then we have to go column by column to make our A identity matrix. Okay, to make our A into identity matrix, we have to go column by column if we are applying row transformation. And if we are applying column transformation, then again if same matrix I will have here A, B, C. Okay, so if we are applying column transformation, then we have to go row by row. Means first we have to bring here 1, then 0, then 0. Okay, for next row we have to bring here 1 first, then here 0, then here 0, and then third row we will bring first here 1, here 0 and here 0. Means if row transformation, then we have to go like this: 1, then 0, then this is 1, then 0, these 2, and after that this is 1, and then these are 0. But if we are applying column transformations, then we have to go row by row. Means we have to bring first this 1, then zeros here, then 1 first, then here zeros, and after that we have to go suppose 1 first and then 0, 0 in this way. Understood? First row, keep in mind, row transformation column by column transformations row by row, and in any row or in any column bring 1 first and then 0. This is the rule. Okay, you have to keep in your mind, so you will get easy to solve the example using row transformations and column transformations. Okay, now we will see the exercise. Now in exercise 2.2, there is sixth example where we have to solve, means we have to find inverse by this method, means elementary transformations. So we will see which type of matrix is that. Depending upon the matrix appearance, we will decide whether to apply row transformations or column transformations. Okay, this is the first matrix of example number 6. So first thing we have to do is what? We have to name it as let. So we will denote it as A. Let A be the matrix 1, 2, 2 minus 1. Then first task is to check whether it is singular or non-singular. Means we have to find the determinant of this matrix. So 1, 2, 2, minus 1. So determinant is minus 1, minus 4, means minus 5. So minus 5 is non-zero. Okay, minus 5, and therefore A is non-singular. A is non-singular, hence A inverse exists. We can't go ahead without checking this. If it is singular, then whatever you will do, you can't find the inverse of this if it is singular matrix. If determinant of this matrix comes 0, then it is singular, and A inverse will not exist anyhow. So first we have to test whether it is singular or non-singular. Now let us go for the inverse. So for inverse we will write let A inverse equals to I. Okay, so A is our matrix 1, 2, 2 minus 1. A inverse we have to find, and I is the identity matrix. I is the identity matrix of same order which is of A. So A is 2 by 2 matrix. So we have to take identity matrix like this. Now we will perform here row or column transformations. Means we will try to make this A as identity matrix, and same transformations we will apply on this identity. So this matrix will change to identity matrix in last step, and automatically this matrix will change to inverse of it. This matrix will change to inverse of it. Okay, so we have to decide whether column transformations are suitable or row transformations are suitable. See, now 1 is already there at the place of 1, means here we want 1, here 0, here again, here 1, and here 0. So it is already 1 there. So you may use row transformation or you may use column transformation, no problem. Now we will start with row transformations. Okay, so we have here 1 already, so need not to do anything to bring here 1. We will bring here 0. We will bring here 0. So how will you bring 0? If we subtract 2 from these 2. Okay, if we subtract 2 from these 2, we will get 0. But we cannot do the operation like this, transformation like this, because we have seen we have only 3 transformations. Which are, do you remember? Interchanging rows. We can interchange one row to other row. Okay, so need not to do here there is nothing like that for 0. So then another transformation is non-zero scalar multiplication to any matrix, any row, non-zero scalar multiplication to any row. And third is addition to one row with the non-zero scalar multiple of another row. Okay, these are only 3 transformations. These are the only 3 transformations we have to use to solve these inverse examples, means to get inverse of this matrix A. So it is not suitable here. This is also not, because we cannot multiply by 0 and we can bring 0, because non-zero, we already said this should be a non-zero scalar. So this is not applicable. So this is only the applicable, because if we add means if we subtract 2, so here it is our R2, so we will bring R2 changes to R2 minus, because we want minus, and here R1 is 1. If you multiply 2 to R1, we will get 2 only. Okay, so this is the operation, this is the transformation we have to use. So apply here on matrix A, at the same time on matrix identity, which is on right side. Okay students, so is there any change on R1? No, so write down R1 as it is. So for 0 only we are doing this operation, so write down 0. Now here apply the transformation. So R2, what is R2? Minus 1 minus 2 into R1, that is 2, means 1 minus 4 means minus 5. Okay, A inverse. Now apply here. Again there is no change on R1. Again there is no change on R1. So write down R1 as it is. Now apply the operation here. 0 minus 2 R1 means 0 minus 2 into 1 minus 2. Okay. Here 1 minus 2 into 0 is 0, means 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay students. So this is our matrix change from identity matrix to this matrix. Now next task is our, we have to bring here 1. We want here 1 and here 0. So again 3 transformations were there. We cannot interchange by first transformation. Okay, so second transformation, if we divide, means if we multiply R2 by minus 1 by 5, means if we divide by minus 5, 1 and same thing, we will get here 1. Minus 5 divided by minus 5, that is plus 1. So in this way we will get here. So apply here. No change on R1, so 1, 2 as it is. Then 0 divided by anything is 0. Minus 5 for 1 only we are doing this, so 1. A inverse. Apply on second matrix. Means on right hand side same transformation. No change on R1. So write down as it is. Then divide this by minus. Means minus minus plus 2 by 5. This is minus, so 2 by 5. Here 1 into minus 1 by 5 means minus 1 by 5. Okay. Now lastly, to make this, see, to make this matrix identity, we want only 0 here. Only if 0 is there, then this matrix will be an identity matrix. So we will bring here 0 using R2. We will bring there 0 using, means R1 changes to R1 minus 2R2. Okay. To make first column as identity, we have to use R1. Always keep in mind. To make first column as identity, we have to use R1. To make second column, we will always use R2. For second column bringing as identity, we have to use R2. And if third column is there, then we have to use for third column R3 only. Okay. Step by step, you will understood this. Okay. So apply this operation. 1 for, because 1 minus 0 is 1 as it is. So as it is. For 0 only we are doing this. So 0, 0, 1. A inverse. Now apply here the similar operations. Now what is R1? R1 is 1 minus 2 into R2 is 2 by 5. Means 1 minus 4 by 5 is 1 by 5. Is 1 by 5. So this is 1 by 5. Now apply here. What is R1? 0 minus 2 into R2 is again minus 1 by 5. Means minus minus plus 2 by 5. Okay. Minus minus plus 2 by 5. 2 by 5. No change on R2. So write down as it is. Okay. Now Now this is your identity matrix I. This is A inverse and this is the matrix. Okay, we can take 1 by 5 outside. We can take 1 by 5 outside, then 1, 2, 2, minus 1. So I into any matrix, we have seen I into any matrix is itself. So A inverse equals to 1 by 5, 1, 2, 2, minus 1. So this is your inverse of given matrix A. Means this 1, 2, 2, minus 1. Okay. Now this is second matrix of example number 6. So we will again denote this as A. Let A. You may use any alphabet, A, B, or first alphabet of your name, whatever you want, you can use for the notation, no problem. So this is A. So first task, what we have to do? We have to check whether this matrix is singular or non-singular. So check, find out the determinant of this matrix. So what is matrix? Write down all the elements in two parallel lines and solve that. So what is that? 2 into 2, 4, minus 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 3, that is 1, which is non-zero. Therefore A is non-singular. Therefore A inverse exists. This is common task in every example. Okay, if we want to find the inverse, then we have to do this first. Okay, students. So let us start to find inverse. So this is the procedure to start to find the inverse by elementary transformation. For elementary transformation, first we have to write down this and then put the values of A, I. So A is 2, minus 3, minus 1, 2. A inverse as it is, because we need to find that. I is 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now again, we have to convert this matrix into an identity matrix with the help of elementary transformations. Same transformation we will apply on this matrix. In last step, this will be an identity matrix and this will be the inverse of A. So to make this matrix identity, we have to bring here 1. Okay. So how will you bring here 1? If there are 3 transformations, we discuss. First, exchanging rows. So can we exchange R1 and R2? And we will get here 1. Minus sign we can adjust, no problem. So we will exchange R1 with minus of R2. So it is here suitable to use the row transformations. Okay. If here it was 1, then it was preferable, means supposed to use column transformations. But here, because 1 is here in row, so we are using again row transformation. So interchange R1 and minus R2. So what is R1 then? New 1 minus 2. Multiply this by minus sign and put at the place of R1. R1 as it is, put at the place of R2. A inverse. Now here also 0, minus 1, 1, 0. Okay. Now we want here 0. So what is the operation? R2 changes to R2 minus 2R. Okay. Because 2 is it? 2 minus 2, R1 is 1. Previously we have discussed that to make column 1, 0, 0, we have to use R1. First column. For first column, we always use R1. For second column, we will use R2. Okay. So this is the transformation we have to apply. So write down here. So 1, there is no change on R1, so write down 1 as it is. 1 minus 2. here for 0 only we are doing, so 0, 1, minus 2, 0, A inverse. And here apply the operation minus 3, minus 2, minus 2. That is minus 3 plus 4, that is 1. That is 1. Okay, equals to, no change on R1, so write down as it is. Apply here operation R2, 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay, then R2 means here 0 minus 2 into R1. 0 minus 2 into R1 means plus 2. Now we wanted here 1 and luckily it is there, so no need to do anything. We will bring here only 0. So here if we multiply these as 2, if we multiply these as 2 and if we add these 2, this place and this place, we will get 0 there. So R1 will change to R1 plus 2R. Because second column we are finding, means identity matrix. So we are using R2. So 1, 0, 0, 1. A inverse. So no change on R2, so write down as it is. Okay. Now apply here. R1 means 0 plus 2 into means 2. Then minus 1 plus 2 into 2, that is 3. Okay. If we see, this is your identity matrix. This is A inverse, which is nothing but 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So identity matrix into any matrix is same. So 2, 3, 1, 2. So this is your inverse. This is the inverse of given matrix. Okay. Now let us come to matrix 3 of example 6. What is the matrix? 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1. Now let us denote this again as A. Let A be the matrix 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. Now check whether this matrix is invertible or not by finding its determinant. So find out the determinant as our usual method. Write down all the elements into parallel lines and then solve this. You know how to solve this. Okay. 0 into anything is 0. Minus 1 into 1 minus 9 means minus 8. Plus 2, 1 minus 6 means minus 5. So minus 8, minus plus 8, minus 10, that is minus 2, which is non-zero. Okay, the matrix is non-zero. Therefore, A is a non-singular matrix. Hence, A inverse exists. Okay, hence A inverse exists. If A inverse exists, then we have to proceed further. Otherwise, if determinant comes 0, need not to find the inverse. Okay, because inverse will not exist for that matrix. Okay, but here as the inverse exists, we will go for the further procedure. So what is the first step to find the inverse? Write down A inverse equals to I. Whenever you have to find the inverse by elementary transformation, this is your first step. Now put the values of A and I. What is A? 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1. Okay? A inverse and I. Now here I is the order of, what is the order of I? Whatever the order of A. So what is the order of A? 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Okay? Now we will check, we will observe the matrix and we will decide which means row transformations or column transformations are preferable there. Now see students, here there is 1 and here there is 0. So if we exchange, now what is our task? First, you have to understand. We have to convert this matrix identity matrix, and whatever the transformations we will apply on this matrix to get an identity matrix, same operations, same transformations we will apply on this identity matrix. So in last step, what will happen? This will become an identity matrix, and then whatever the matrix will come here, that will be the inverse of A. Okay student, so what is our aim? Our aim is to convert this matrix into an identity matrix. So here we want 1. What is identity matrix means? Here we want 1, then 0, then 0, 0, 1, 0, then 0, 0, 1. Okay, so here we want 1, but there is 0. In R2 there is 1. If we exchange R1 and R2, easily we will get 1 there. Okay, at the same time here you can use the column transformations also, because in the first element of second column is also 1. If you exchange C1 and C2, then also we will get here 1. But now for this matrix we will use row transformations. So what is our first transformation? R1 interchange with R. Simply what we have to do? We will exchange the places of R1 and R2. Okay, we will exchange the places. So 1, 2, 3, this is R2. Now became R1. This is R1. Now R2. And no change on R3. So write down as it is. A inverse. Here also same transformations we will follow. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay students, now see. Now we have chosen here to apply row transformations. So to bring the identity matrix of this matrix from this matrix, we have to go column by column. Means first 1 here, then 0, then 0, then we will bring here 1, then here 0 and here 0. After that, for third column, we will bring here first 1, then 0 and then 0. Okay, if row transformations, then go column by column. Okay, if column transformations, then go row by row. So what is next? We have to bring here 0. And for one more thing, for column 1, always use R1. For column 2, always use R2. And column 3, always use R3. Okay, so here we using R1 because R1 is 1 there. So using R1, we will bring here R3 will change to R3 minus 3, because if we subtract 3 from 3 we will get 0, but such a operation we cannot do that, subtract 3 from R3. No, we have to use R1. Okay, we have to use R1, and similar operations we have to apply all the elements. Okay, all the elements of R3 means on this 3, on this 1, on this one, using this R1. Corresponding R1 of 3 is 1, corresponding R1 of 1 is 3, corresponding R1 of 1 is 3. Okay, so we have to apply here this transformation. So what is first? First row, there is no change on first and second row. So write down them as they are. 0, 1. Apply transformation on R3. So for 0 only we are doing this. So 0. Now apply here. 1, R3 is 1, minus 3, R1 is 2. 1 minus 6 means minus 4. Okay. Now apply this transformation on here. 1 minus 3 into R1 is 3. 1 minus 9 is minus 8. A inverse we have to find. And now on this matrix, again R1 and R2, we are not doing any change, so write down them as they are. 1, 0, 0. So apply here. R3 0, R1 0, so 0 will be there. R3 0, R1 1. So minus 3 will be there. Means 0. See, 0 minus 3 into 1. So minus 3. And here R1. Now next for third column. So for third row means 1 here minus 3 into 0. That is. Okay, now first column we got what we wanted. Now go to second column. Second column what? We have to bring here 1 which is already there, so nothing to do. Then with the help of this 1, see, with the help of this 1 we have to bring here 0 and here 0. Because R1 and R3 are independent. So we can do both the transformations in one step. So at the place of R1 what we will do? R1 will change to minus R1 minus 2R. Means what will happen? R1 is 2. Then if we multiply this by 2 and subtract, we will get 0. So R1 is R1 minus 2 into R2 0. Okay. Then for this R3. Now if we multiply this by 5 and if we add that with this minus 4, we will get 0. Means R3 plus 5R. Understood? Now apply here. So R1 and R3 we have to change. So R1 here, see, 1 minus 2 into R2 is 0. So 1 as it is. Here 2. For 0 only we are doing for this place. So 0. Now 3 minus 2 R2 is 2. Means 3 minus 4. That is 1. 3 minus 4 minus 1. R2 no change, so write down as it is. And apply the operation here. It is, see, R3 0, R2 0, so again it is 0. For 0 only we are doing for this place, so 0. Now minus 8 for this. Minus 8 plus 5 into R2 is 2. Minus 8, 5 into R2 means minus 8 plus 10, that is. Okay, understood for this matrix. Now come on right side. So R1, again what is R1? R1 0 minus 2 R1 means minus 2. Then 1 minus 2 0 means 1. Then 0, both are 0, so 0. For this nothing to do because it is as. So because we are not there is no transformation for R2. So R2 we will write as it is. Now apply here this transformation. R3 is 0 plus 5R means 0 plus 5. So 5 is there. Okay. Then for minus 3 plus 5 0 means minus 3. Okay. And then 1 plus 0 means 1. Okay. Now second column we got what we want. Okay. Now come for the third column. Now what is third column? Minus 1 2 1. We want 1 0 0. So first we will bring here 1. First we will bring here means R3. If we divide this by 2, we will get 1. It means if we multiply by half, we will get here 1. Now do transformation on both sides. So no change on R1 R2. Write down them as they are. 0 by 2 0, 0 by 2 0, 2 by 2. A inverse equals to no change on first two rows. So write down them as they are. Divide by 2. Simple. Okay. further. Now what we want? We want first two elements of third column 0. Okay, these two elements we want to bring here 0. Okay, so with the help of R3, because this is column 3, with the help of R3 we have to do the operations on these two elements. So again R1 and R2 are independent. We will do both the transformations at a time. So what if we see, if we add R3 and R1 at the place of R1, we will get their 0. So what we will do? R1 change to R1 plus R2. Simple one. Now R2, here 2, if we subtract 2 from this, we will get 0. Means multiply this by 2 and then subtract from this. That is R2 changes to R2 minus 2R3. Now here also we are using R3, here also we are using R3 because third column. Okay, we are doing the operations for third column. So only. Okay, so apply the transformations R1 and R1. So add these two. 1 plus 0, 1. 0 plus 0, 0. Minus 1, 1. For that only we are doing the transformation. So 0. Second row. Again second row. What is that? Both are 0. Means R2 minus 2. Means both are 0. So 0. Here 1. R2 minus R3 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. And here for this transformation we are doing this. So 0. And lastly, no change on R3. So I don't add it. A inverse. Now come on right side. What is the transformation for R1? Add R1 and R3. So here R1 is minus 2 and R3 is 5 by 2. So minus 2 plus 5 by 2. That is minus 4 means 1 by 2. Okay? Simply 1 by 2. Now for second, add 1 and minus 3 by 2. 1 minus 3 by 2. That is minus 1 by 2. Okay? Now third, 0 plus half is simply half. Is simply half. Now for second row, so what we have to do? See, R2 means 1, this 1 minus 2 into R3. 2 gets cancelled. 1 minus 5, that is minus 4. Okay? And now second element, this R2 is 0 minus 2 into 3 by 2. This 2 gets cancelled, minus minus plus 3. Now for third element, 0, R2 is 0 minus 2 into R3 is 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled means minus 1. There is no change, there is no transformation for R3. So write down R3 as it is. This is R into A inverse equals to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2 minus 4, 3 minus 1, 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2 and 1. So we know that I into any matrix is same matrix. So same matrix we will write here. Means this is the inverse of given matrix A. This matrix A. This is the inverse of that matrix A. Okay students? Come to last matrix or example number 6 of exercise number 2.2. So this is the matrix 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3. So again we will denote this as A. A with the matrix, let A with the matrix 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1. So very first task is to find the determinant of this. So if you solve this, you know how to solve now. Determinant, it will come 1, which is non-zero. Okay, which is non-zero, and hence A is non-singular Therefore, A inverse exists. Therefore, A inverse exists. Now again, same procedure for row or column transformations, means elementary transformation. We have to start to find the inverse like this. A inverse equals to identity matrix. So put the values. Here A is 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3. A inverse. Now again, this is 3 by 3 matrix. So apply identity also 3 by 3. Notice it, which operations are preferable, whether row transformations or column transformations. Okay, now see students, here there is 1, here there is 1, and to convert this is into an identity matrix, we want here 1. If we exchange, if we interchange C1 and C3, C1 to minus C3 and C3 at the place of C1, then we will get here plus 1. So bring here minus C3. So 1. Now column transformation we are using, no? Column transformation. So 1, 0, minus 3. Okay. No change on C2. So as it is. Then 2, 5, 0 as it is. Okay. A inverse as it is. Now again here. C1. C1 at the place of C3. So C3 will come here with minus sign. Okay. No change on C2. So 0. Then here C1. 1, 0, 0. Okay, understood what we have done here? We have just exchanged, we have interchanged C1 to minus C3 and C3 to plus C1. Okay, so these are the matrices now after that transformation. Now students, here one we got. Now because we are dealing with the column transformation, we have to go row by row. Means first 0 here, for 1 here, then 0 here, then 0 here, then 1 here, then 0 here, then 0 here, then 1 here, then 0 here, and then 0 here. In this way. Understood? The way when column transformations, then go row by row. And when row transformations, then go column by column. Always keep this in your mind. Okay? Okay. Now we have to bring here this C3, we have to bring here 0. So we will apply the transformation. C3 will change to C3 minus 2C1. Now is there any change on C1 and C2? No. So write on them as they are. So what is C1? 1, 0, minus 3. 0, 1, 1. Sometime in exam it is specially mentioned that solve the example by column transformations. So you have to do the column transformation and you should know the column transformations. Okay. So we are taking this example by column transformation. Okay. So only C3 there is change. So C3 for 0 only we are doing. So 0 we can write easily. Now here C3, what is 5? Minus 2C1. 2 into C1 is 0. C3 minus 2C1 means 5. Okay. So this is 5. Now here 0. C3 is 0. Minus 2. C1 is minus 3. So what is that? Minus minus plus 6. A inverse. Now apply here. No change on first and second column. So write down them as they are. Minus 1. 0, 1, 0. And apply the transformation on C3. So what is first? C3 means 1 minus 2 C1. C1 is 0. So 1 as it is. Then here 0 minus 2, both are 0, so 0. Then here C3 0 minus 2, C1 is minus 1, means plus 2. Okay, understood student? Now see, first row is over now, 1 0 0, what we wanted. Now we want here 1, here 0 and here 0. So 1 is there already, 0 is there already, so nothing to do. We only this 5 we have to remove to 0, but with the help of this only, with the help of this C2 only, means for first row we use C1, for second row we will use C2. So what is changed there? C3 will change to C3 minus 5C2. Understood? First row nothing to do because it is over now. Our task was to bring here 1 0 0. Now here we want 1, here 0, here 0. These two are already there. So only here our task is to make it 0. So with the help of C2 only, means 5 minus 5 into C2, means 5 minus 5 will become 0. So is there any change on C1 and C2? No. So write down them as they are. So what is C3? 0 it is, because 0 minus 5 0 is 0. Here for 0 only we are doing. Now apply here. C3, what is that? 6 minus 5 into 1. That is 6 minus 5, that is 1. That is 1. A inverse as it is. First two columns, nothing to do, so write them. 0 1 0. And now C3. C3 means 1 minus 5 C2, so much change because C2 is 0 there. Here C3 0 minus 5. Okay, minus 5 into 1. Then here C3 2 and C2 is 0. Okay, now second row is over. Second row is over means what we wanted in second row we got it. Now come to third row. Here we want 1, it is already there. Now with the help of this 1 we will bring 0 here and 0 here. Because C1 and C2 both are independent, we will do the task at a time. So C1 will change to C1 plus 3C3, because third row we are dealing with third row, so we will use third column means C3, and C2 simply C2 minus C3. These two operations we have to apply. So come to this side. So apply. C1 and C2 both are we have to work on. So C3 only write down as it is, because we got it what we wanted. Now what is C1? Here C1, this 1 plus 3C3 0, means this is again 1 as it is. Okay, so here C1 0, 0 plus 3C, both are 0, so 0. Now here minus 3, because for 0 only we are doing this. Okay, means C1 minus 3 plus 3 0. Okay, now here 0 for C2, 0 minus on C2 we have to do. So 0 minus 0, C2 minus C3 means 0 minus 0, 0 is there. Then 1 minus 0, 1 is there. And for 0 only we are doing, so it is 0 there. A inverse. So no change on C3, so write down C3 as it is. What is C3? 1 minus 5, 2. So come for C1. What is C1? 0 plus 3C3 is 1, means 3 is there. Okay, what is next? 0 plus 3 into minus 5 means minus 15 there. Now last C1 minus 1 plus 3 into 2 means minus 1 plus 6 is 5. Now come for C2. See now. C2, this is C2. C2 minus C3 means minus 1 is there. Okay, then here C2 minus minus plus 5 means C2 1 minus minus 5, that is 6 is there. Okay, then last element C2 is 0 minus 2 means minus 2 is there. Now see here, this is your I, this is A inverse, and this is matrix 3 minus 1 1 minus 15 6 minus 5 5 minus 2. Okay, so anything into identity matrix is same matrix. So this is the inverse of given matrix A. This is the inverse of given matrix A. Okay students? Okay, then in this way we have seen how to find the inverse by elementary transformations, row transformations, column transformations. In our next lecture we will see how to find inverse by adjoint method, means how to find the minors, how to find cofactors, how to find matrix of cofactor, how to find adjoint, and how to find inverse using adjoint. Okay, till then, goodbye. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe my channel, and press the bell icon to get my next videos notifications. Thank you.